grew up on a small farm, but had aviation in my blood. Desperate to fly planes for a career. Ended up in the Air Force for 18 years flying jet fighters, which was just absolutely amazing. Pretty successful career, and I was actually looking at being moved down to Canberra for a ground job, and I wasn't ready to stop flying. I had more in my blood to give. And then this thing called the Red Bull Air Race entered my life, and it combined everything I was passionate about, flying planes right through to their limits and pushing myself right to my limits. And the aspect of competition, that's what really got me. You can't improve unless somebody's competing against you to push you. And being on a world championship, there's no other level that can push you that hard. Red Bull Air Race is some of the best pilots in the world racing to the absolute limits of machinery and the man against the clock. Racing around the pylons at 30 feet off the ground at 400 kilometres an hour, pulling up to 12G, 12 times the force of gravity. Normal people pass out at 4G, so we're right on the limits of everything.
Matt Hall goes to the top of the table for Australia. Matt Hall sets the new track record.
Becoming world champion, it's a process that you can't control. You just have to be aiming at being the best that you can possibly be. If you're focused on trying to beat other people, it won't work, because it's mental psychology and all that sort of stuff gets in your way. You'll always interfere with your own performance if you're trying to beat somebody. So you've got to focus on being the best you can be. And it took me 10 years to become the world champion. I was ranked third in the world in 1 year. I was ranked second in the world for 3 years, and I was actually starting to get worried it would elude me, have that top step of a world championship. But it's just being very regimented, being very motivated to continue to push yourself, because there's a lot of pushing. There's a huge amount of pushing. There's pushing that people don't see. There's tears at night time. There's self-doubt. There's questions. What am I doing this for? Why am I putting myself through all this? You see your mates going to the pub and having a beer and pizza, and you're not doing that. It takes a lot of discipline. You've got to make sure you look at it intrinsically. Look at it inside yourself. If you are trying to win a world championship for other people, if you're trying to win it for your friends, your family, your fans, the country, it ends up being too much pressure. So every time you have a motivation issue, every time you have a bit of self-doubt, or every time you want to throw the towel in, you got to reflect on why you started in the first place. Look at what your core values are for doing what you're doing, and re-engage to go, I can't believe I get to do the coolest motorsport in the world and get paid to do it. And hey, wouldn't it be great if ultimately I became the world champion? And off you go. It's been an interesting 18 months. I'm probably one of the first world champions in history to win the world championship, then lose your job and your sponsorship. It was a very high plateau to step down off, travelling the world, racing planes, being world champion, to lockdown. But I'm very fortunate to have a great team around me, a great family around me. There's always something else on the horizon. I had every opportunity to feel sorry for myself. I had every opportunity to get depressed about how good life used to be. But you choose your own attitude in life. And you choose whether you want to engage the depression side, or you choose if you want to engage the positive side and put dreams up on a whiteboard and look at them and draw a game plan under each dream, and then start at the bottom and follow that road back up to the dream. And that's where we're at, and that's what we've been doing. And as I say, well, it's been a hard 18 months. I'm halfway up a few little ladders on the way to a couple of big dreams. Everyone in the world has a desire to be the best at something. Some people, it lasts for a few seconds and they go, no, it's too hard. Other people, they take it all the way through to being a world champion. And if you want to be the best at something, you've got to put the right stuff into your body. Mentally, extremely important. Correct self-talk. But physically, it's what the fuel you're putting into your body is going to come out as energy. And you need energy to be great at something. And that's why a company like Fuel Your Life, they can help you put the right stuff in your body that then allows you to get the maximum amount of energy out to be the best you can be.